The images and the video that I use in my video are all in their respective company, so please support the company. Hello everybody, my name is In My Opinion, and if you've seen my last channel, In My Opinion 515, it's gone. Yeah, the password's gone and I forgot the name. Here's the plan. My plan is to review every single movie that comes out in theaters. But, as a side thing, I'm also going to review every movie that DC put out. And I would review starting from Superman to Joker when it comes out. So, since that is done, let's get on with the review. Man of Steel. We first start off the movie with a birth scene. And holy shit, I was surprised. I knew this movie was gonna start off with something, but fucking hell, I wasn't expecting a birth scene from a DC film. Not until they went into the happy friendly from now. But yeah, we see Superman born on Krypton. And we see that there's a war going on. And really, this scene actually confused the shit out of me. I was like, what the heck is happening? Why is there so many ships and guns and fire going around? Is it because, like, the planet's about to explode? And I think that's what's happening. The beginning is actually pretty good. We see how the birth of Superman comes in. Then we see how Superman's father, the real one, needs to go and, get a skull so he can save his son and save his kind. He's the only one who's going to be launched up from space. So we see this happening, that the planet's about to explode. And he's going and he gets it, and then he gets killed. We do see him later on in the movie as a artificial intelligence, but pretty much the real one is dead, gets stabbed by Zod. So after that, Zod gets launched up in a fucking penis pod, and then I was like, what the heck is this? First watching the film, and this is my first time, by the way. I never seen Man of Steel, and this is my first time, and I'm like, whew, okay. Penis pods. Looks weird, but they're getting sent to the Phantom Zone, okay. We see Superman's baby ship going down, almost crashing to the earth, and then boom. We see an older version of Superman on a boat. Now here's the problem with the film. There's other films that can pull off flashbacks very well, but then this one, it feels out of place. It feels crazy to me. It feels like it's jumbled up. The flashbacks should have been no flashbacks. They should have shown the baby pod hitting the earth, and then we see him grow up with these powers starting to develop, and then we see him in an older age, so we know what his powers are to newer viewers who never seen a Superman cartoon, comic, or a movie. I doubt it, but maybe there are some people who haven't seen it when this movie first came out. So I did dislike the fact that the flashbacks came out of nowhere, pretty much, and big problem. And then we see a scene where Superman helps other people. And there's a scene where he helps this school bus from almost sinking, and he helps it, come back to surface, and gets the bus driver. And we see the father talking to the parent who the kid got saved by, Clark Kent. And then the stepfather, decides to say, I told you to not help people. And in my head, it's like, what? It does not make sense. Because how does Superman grow up into being a character where his father told him, oh, don't help other people. Then as he grows up as an adult, he won't actually help people. And so that's my big problem. In the comic, parents are actually loving and giving. So when Superman needs to help people, they say, just do it. Help other people. This is a gift from God or from space. And that's the reason you're here, to help other people. And he uses that power to help other people because parents want him to be the kindest and greatest person in DC Comics. But yeah, that was one big, less mistake. I did not like how the stepfather said, don't help other people, just so you can keep your secret, which makes sense, but it doesn't make sense how he grows up and then he helps people if his father told him for his whole life to never help other people. So one big thing. And then we cut to Lois Lane coming into the movie, and that felt pretty good. I liked how Lois Lane was introduced. She's basically a news reporter, and she's basically the same one from the comic book. So, no problems with that. Oh, when S means hope on his planet.
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Now this, I know everyone made fun of the shit out of it, but like, if he does know that H means hope, then wouldn't he change his S to an H symbol? Oh, one big problem. He decided to move the danger to the town. When we're almost towards like the end act, we see how the danger is almost going to the town. And this is before the city scene, where the city's about to get destroyed. So this is like one big problem. Superman is a character that decides to save the world. And when there's danger, he tries to move away from it. But when he sees Zod at his farm, he decides to grab him and then push them down in the center of the town, so everyone gets attacked. In the movie, he says,
"Get inside. It's not safe."
Meanwhile, he's getting hit, and then he's throwing bad guys in the buildings where the people are, and those people are probably dead. So that is one big problem. Like, really, Superman could have at least pushed or grabbed one of them up to space and just beat the crap out of them in space. But no, everything needs to look cooler when there's like an environment, buildings and cars. Then we get to Superman fighting, well, the thing that someone's gonna kill the world, which is at the city part. And I did like this part, because now he's trying to at least fight this thing, this machine that's almost gonna kill everyone in the city. And I like how he he's trying and he can't do anything. And then he just goes and gives all of his power and he destroys the machine, which I did like. And then the plane crashes into the other machine in the city and everyone dies. It's basically a black hole. Superman saves Lois Lane. And he gets down to ground, and then they kiss. Now, here's the thing. I didn't feel like there was a true connection to Superman and Lois Lane. I felt like Superman and Lois Lane were just friends, but not girlfriend and boyfriend. You know? I didn't feel like, oh, Superman is really into her, and Lois Lane are into him, and they really want to do it throughout the whole movie. But no, they just show it like they're random strangers, and then they do the relationship at the end. So that's the one part I have no connection about. Oh, and then the Zod versus Superman fight is actually pretty good. But here's the one problem. Again, he brings the danger to the city again. After the machine is destroyed, he could have just brought or grabbed Zod, put him into space, and just fought in space so no one can get hurt down below. But he decides to move Zod to another part of the city and keep more people in danger. So that's the one thing I disliked. And then we see Superman kill Zod. Now that's a big problem that everyone pointed out in the past, and I will point it out in this video, that Superman could have actually freaking saved them. He didn't need to break his neck, and also he's killing his last kind. You know, this is his blood, this is his kind, and he just decides to, oh, I can't do anything, let me snap his neck. It's like, what? You could have at least moved his neck upwards, or just covered his eyes and then fly up into space, or fly it to a different place where no one's there. But you decide to just, oh, let me grab his whole head, his neck, and just crack it the other way so he can die and kill my own kind. He cries later after he killed Zod, but I didn't feel any connection, emotion. It's like the whole movie he said,
If you destroy this ship, you destroy Krypton! Krypton had its chance!
But Superman would not really do that. He wouldn't actually do that. What he would actually do is say, we can become Krypton. Earth can be the new Krypton, a better Krypton than the last Krypton. We could survive. We can be a better, a new version of Kryptonian and human. And he could have said that. But he decides to just say Krypton had his chance. Krypton is gone. There's no saving Krypton. And I see why Zod would be more pissed at Superman, this Superman, than Superman in the comics. Because Superman in the comics would always talk to the opponent. He would never just go and fight, like always. He would always try to talk at the villain or the opponent and just reason with the person so he can give his side of the mind and then see if they can work out a deal. But he decides to just break his neck, so that happened. And then the movie shows that he gets a job at Daily Planet, and the movie ends. That was it. And this movie is hard to pack. Superman as a character is very different to Superman in the comics. He's not hopeful. He's more like a hero to my kind, and anyone who else is a danger to my kind, aka humans. If anyone's a danger to humans, then I'm probably gonna kill you or stop you. So that's Superman in this movie. Lois Lane, she didn't really have a character development. All she was there was being like the human character that's so new to this new alien environment that's trying to survive. So that happened. Then, the father, the stepfather, not the real father. The real father, I thought it was okay, the good. But the stepfather, I thought was just, what? Now, as I said before, the stepfather just said, oh, don't save other people because they will find your secret identity. But we all know, or if you do know, in the comics, he and his wife always save people because you have these powers that are a reason. You're a reason why you came here. To save others, you know? But then he's like, yeah, I do have these powers to save people. In the comic. But in the movie, he's like, yeah, I can't do that. And, yeah. But then it's weird how he said, like, his whole life, they taught him to never do this and that. And then when he grows up, when his father's gone, he's like, I gotta save the whole world. And I'm like, that is weird. So, really, this movie for me is iffy. It's just average. It's not bad, it's not good, it's okay. It's not a good film, not a bad film. It's more of an okay film. It's a forgettable film by 2 days later, if you can try to remember the whole thing. but it's an average film. So I give this film really a rating, a D+. If you like that review, leave a thumbs up. If you don't, leave a thumbs down. And if you want to watch more videos, go and check out my videos. See ya.